Welcome back to Dusty Bender Network, Brookings, South Dakota, Larson Ice Center. Your Wisconsin Selects taking on the Minnesota Ice Cougars. Game 3 of the weekend. These two teams met last evening, 5 p.m. Ended up being a push, 2-2, with a late power play goal by Izzy Johnson. Let's see how they match up today. They're going to flip the sides of the ice. Again, we're playing two halves, two 20-minute halves. Kenley Coleman in back of the net for us here selects as they switch sides. She's going to get all warmed up at home as the Cougar goes down to the other side, and we get ready to play hockey. Smith, Levelholtz, Larson. Levelholtz gets it left side to Smith. Smith's going to put it deep. Levelholtz chases. She gets down into the corner. Smith comes for help and aid. She gets it, tries to move it back to the point, able to. Shot on by Sophia Johnson, saved by the goaltender, and we get a whistle. Fast start for the Selects here. They were struggling early on versus the Cougars last night. Good face-off win by Levelholtz. Comes back to Johnson. She puts a soft one behind. Smith can't pick it up. Larson does far corner. They're going to start a cycle. Larson back to Smith. Smith takes a body out. Ref thought about calling it, but doesn't. As Smith caught a piece of the body and shot on by Olwinski. Misses wide. She was open, though, right in front from Levelholtz. Nobody home there to put that home, and that's a backward pass. It's going to come all the way back to Coleman's side as the Cougars give chase. Olwinski tries to leave it for her partner, Johnson. Minnesota Cougars stick in the way. Shot on. Coleman with the glove save and a whistle. Face-off coming up in the select zone. 19:04 left here in the period. Levelholtz looking for that centering pass. Darts one in the middle. Smith was short side. Larson was tangled up. Went past the defenseman. Face-off won by the Cougars. Comes back to the point. They'll go D to D. Far side. Reese Duncan's on it. Tries to chip it up to Adams. Adams is able to get to it. She moves it center off the Jacobson stick, but just misses the stick for an ice. Nice tic-tac-toe breakout there. Just missed on that final pass to Jacobson. 1-1 shot total from each. Face off again, going to be to the right side of the Cougars. Face off one back, sent all the way around by Rogers. Duncan's over there, backhands it up. Adams picks that up about center ice. Goes over the red line, she puts it deep, chases on. Jacobson hard on the forecheck. Able to get there first, tries to run it back to the point, just misses, but Rogers holds the zone. She puts it on the half boards, comes up and out of the zone on a high flyer right in front of the Cougars bench. Hits a glove and whistle is blown. Face off outside the select zone as we get a wholesale change. Rogers and Katzma back on D. Kivel, Kilgora, and Johnson. And that's picked up. Sent forward. And that's going to come all the way back as Katzma's going to try to race for it. It's an ice. Just enough on that touch to get the ice call. As we have a face-off coming up inside the zone of the Cougars. Going to be the right side. Face-off. One. Battle ensues on the sideboards. Comes back to the point. That's Reed. What a backhanded pass. Shot there by Kilgora. She couldn't get enough on that to put it home. Great backwards pass by Izzy Johnson to Kilgora. Johnson tries to bring that middle, loses the handle, and that's going to be flipped out of the zone. Doggs tries to play it with a hand, couldn't get there. Coleman directing traffic from the net, could hear her up here. Johnson behind the net trying to move it, can't. Kilgora picks that up in the corner. Tries to exit center, hits a shin pad of the Cougar, picked up there by Doggs. And now far side, good pass to Kivel. Kivel's coming in, just goes wide of the net, puts it in front. Oh, and it goes, tips up and wide of the net there. Nice little play It's on the half boards. Cougars have it. They try to exit. Good play there. It's Kilgora, rather. She loses the handle. Here come the Cougars left side. Up through center. They're going to try to put one in there. Coleman able to get a pad stop on that. As selects are trying to leave the zone. Forward pass up to Kilgora. She's out of gas. She tries to get a change. That is finally moved up. Bailey Shue able to get that out of play. Cougars off sides there. Face-off coming up. Just outside the select zone, the face-off will be. Abby Elliott, Paisley Leistig, Bailey Shue on the front side, Walensky and Johnson on the back. Sorry. That is Walensky and Johnson. Hard to see the numbers today. I apologize at home. Here come the Cougars over the right side. Good pressure there by Johnson, forces the issue. Elliott tries to pick that up, reverses it back to Walensky. She comes behind the net, rims it around to Shue. Shue tries to chip it up off the half boards, can't get enough of it. Stays in the zone. Coleman plays it to Walensky. Walensky D to D, misses, but Shue picks it up far board. Cougars are able to corral that. They'll try to bring it in. They cut center. Look out, right in front of Coleman. Good block that goes up and over the net. Coleman's searching for it. Picked up by Walensky. She's going to come up right side. She has space. Tries to cut middle. Holds onto it in a skate. Finally gets it to Leistig. Leistig up to Elliott. Elliott right side. Shot on. Save by the Cougars goaltender. Nice glove save. Face-off coming up, left side of the Cougars goaltender. We get a line change. Larson, Smith, Level Holtz. Backside will be Walensky and Johnson. Face-off comes back. Cougars win it. They're going to try to send it around. Smith is hard on the forecheck. Can't quite get there in time. Good stick on the line there. That was Sophia Johnson. She's able to pick that up middle ice. She'll start a regroup. Top of circles, it's Walensky. Back to Johnson. Johnson goes front to Larson. Larson has it. Missed it. It's going to be delayed off sides. They can reset. Smith comes in on the forecheck, gets a piece of it. Larson picks that up. As that goes wide right. That was Level Holtz on the shot. Pulls the trigger. Goes wide right. Here comes the Cougars on a center breakout. They get to the line and put it deep in the zone. Level Holtz is back there trying to race a Cougar player. Smith is able to backhand that out. Here comes Larson on the race. Left side, Larson tries to stick lift. Couldn't get enough of it. As that gets moved center by the Cougars. Level Holtz challenges on the blue line. Couldn't get enough of it. Cougars come over the line. Nice string pull there, but defensively the selects are able to get it with the stick. Stretch pass to Adams, misses the stick. It's going to be an ice. Good idea, just missed on that. Face-off coming up inside the select zone. Left side of Coleman. Jacobson, Duncan, and Adams out there. Backside is going to be Katzma along with Rogers. Face-off one back. Shot on, goes wide. Coleman able to watch her pipes, no problem there. Cougars get it deep into the zone as they try to move it. Net is off, whistle blown as Jacobson was collecting a puck to move it. Right side of Coleman will be the face-off. Good face-off win. Rogers picks that up. She's going to rim it around over to Adams. Sorry, Duncan rather. Duncan can't get it out. Here comes the Cougars to try to center it. Good play by Rogers. Steps in front of it. Looks for a entering pass to get to Duncan out of the zone. Duncan, good hustle. Gets it in her skate twice. Chipped up by Jacobson. Couldn't get it into the zone. It's going to come back top of circles for Rogers in a regroup. She regroups it up to Adams. Adams puts it off the boards. Jacobson's got to win a race. She's on her horse. Good speed by Jacobson. Gets there. Tries a backhanded pass as she gets put into the boards. And here comes the Cougars left side. Russ letting them play today. Good defense by Dogs. Puts a shoulder into it. Duncan, far side, trying to move that center. Oh, just missed Darton Izzy Johnson in the center. Coleman able to stick that aside. Goes into the left corner. Cougars have it in the corner, trying to play it up to the point. Able to, and they'll try to send it deep. Stopped by Kilgora. Chips it off the wall. Goes down. It's going to be iced, waved off as it's playable. Kilgora can't get there. Here's Kivel. And kept in by Dogs on the half boards. Comes to Kivel right in front. Kivel makes a move. Comes out in front. Tries to get it to Johnson. Can't. Penalty coming up on the Cougars. Selects are going to go on a power play, but Dogs with a one-timer. Couldn't get all of it. A little bit of a knuckler. I like the idea there as Select's first power play of the day. Hook is the call. Johnson, Kilgora, Kivel stay out there. Dogs and Reed on the back end. Only two power plays to speak of all of yesterday for the Selects. They were 1 for 2 on that power play. Cougars win it back. They rim it around. Comes all the way. Dogs is able to corral it before the blue line. Comes off of Izzy Johnson's skates. She hustles to try to keep the zone. Can't. Cougars get it out. Comes all the way down. Coleman's going to play that. She's going to stretch it up to Reed. Reed has it left side. Comes up, makes a move, gives it to Kivel. Kivel slows it down on the left flank. She takes a look, tries to center one off the Dogs. Couldn't get it through the legs of the Cougar player as it was blocked. Goes deep in the corner. Here's Abby Elliott. She's trying to move it. Puck is stuck on the boards right now as Kilgora is digging along with Elliott. Kilgora, centering pass, shot on by Kivel. Good save there by the Cougars goaltender. Pass went right on the tape of Kivel. Able to get a shot. I don't think she got all of what she wanted there, but 1:14 left on the power play, 12:30 left in the half. Knotted at 0 here as Leistig, Elliott, and Shu come out. Backside Johnson, Olinsky. Comes back, Sophia Johnson moves it to Olinsky. Olinsky goes right flank side. It's Elliott. Elliott corrals it, has it top of circles, puts it back behind the goal line. Back to Elliott. Shot on. Able to get there is Shu. Shu slows it down, starts it back on the right flank. She's going to take her time. It's Elliott. Back to Shu. Give and go. Shot. Oh, Leistig was there for the rebound. They just missed on that. Good puck movement from the flanker deep. Leistig able to get that into the zone as they try to rim it around. Elliott's going to meet it on the half boards as she has it in her skates. Sophia Johnson stepping in for the point spot. Comes all the way back. It's Elliott. She was covering for Johnson. Far side. Oh, they had the left flank open. That was Leistig sneaking in there back door. She's going to move it. Gets it to Elliott. Shot on. Just missed on the connection. Great puck movement here thus far on the power play as there's a race to the puck. Johnson and a Cougar. Sophia, nice job. Good body there. Able to maintain possession. Leistig picks that up. Tries to move it center. Misses on that pass. It's going to be an ice. Icing's the call. 6 seconds left on the power play. 11:22 in the period. Great puck movement there from that line of the Selects. Leistig, Elliott, and Shu. Face off. Levelholtz gets it back. It's Rogers. Rims it around. Here's Smith. Smith's able to pick that up. She's going to look for a center. She gets off Penny's stick. Sorry for not switching the camera. Played by the Minnesota Cougars goaltender. And we got a 2-on-1 starting. Coleman with a massive glove save. And that's picked up. Here's Levelholtz. She's going to slow it down. We're even strength here as we move through the neutral zone. And the goaltender plays it. Levelholtz picks that up on the blue line. She's going to come in. Shot on. Hits a skate of a Minnesota player. It's in front. A lot of traffic there. And we get a whistle. 10:47 left in the first. Whole slew of action there. Good power play. Couldn't convert on it as Levelholtz gets in on center. Comes back. It's Rogers. Rogers has it. Tries to move it to her partner. Katzma loses the handle. Katzma has no choice. Puts it in direct off the boards as they try to move it, and that's deep into the zone. Here's Rogers. She's going to play that. Katzma tries to get it up. It's Smith. Smith has it to Levelholtz. Hits her in the skate. She loses it. And that goes deep into the zone. Minnesota picks that up. And here comes Levelholtz as the net comes off. Ref's going to fix it as it's behind the play. Levelholtz goes in between the skates of the Minnesota player. Levelholtz has it, stuck in a skate. She's trying to cycle with Smith. Comes around. Smith has to win the battle. Smith trying to get a skate on it. Can't. Finally comes to the Cougars. It's out on the left side. That goes deep into the zone. It's going to be pushed up. It's Levelholtz. Levelholtz has it, far side. She's going to try to move it. Here's center. Here's Smith. Onside, Larson, far side. Shot on. Good save there by the Cougars goaltender. And we get a whistle. It's a long shift there by the girls, but they're able to get it back up there. 9:38 left in the first. Jacobson with Adams and Duncan, Reed and Dogs on the backside. Face-off won by Jacobson, hits the ref in the skates, but they play on. Jacobson chasing as the Cougars try to go D to D. They execute that. They come up the half boards, kept in by Reed. She rims it around all the way. Her partner, Dogs, has to move to it. Good play by Kayla Dogs, backs into it. Able to hold the zone the first time, but it does squirt out. Comes all the way back into the select zone. Reed's there to play it. She rims it around. That's Duncan, plays it off a skate. Should have a nice touch on it as it's playable by Minnesota before it hits the line. Icing negated as that comes around. Here's Duncan. Sorry, Adams. Adams far side. Shot blocked and into the netting. 8:58 left in the first as Adams was trying to pull the trigger on the right side. Face-off coming up inside the Cougar zone. Going to be left side of the goaltender. Jacobson squares in. Adams in a shooter stance behind her. Jacobson moves it forward. She's first there. Puts a backhander to the net. Cougars able to intercept it. They're going to try to turn and burn behind the net. They miss on that pass. They're waving it off, saying that was playable. Olinsky's on that. She rims it around. Adams has to get there. Able to get a stick on it, but the Cougars advance it forward. Jacobson corrals it deep in the corner. Moves it far side. Duncan with a chip. Nice chip by Duncan. Not enough to get out, though, as the Cougars put it deep. Olinsky behind the net. Good reverse. Gets it to Adams. Adams picks that up. She's going to take a look. She'll go far side to Duncan. Hits her in the skate as that goes up and out of play by Adams. $8:17 left in the first. We get a line change. Kivel, Kilgora, and Johnson coming on the front side. Olinsky and Johnson stay on the back. This is going to be to the right side of Coleman as they get ready to exit the zone. Kilgora squares in. Moves it. Far side. Johnson's going to pick that up behind the net. On the half boards, they try to move it, as that is held in by the Cougars. Kivel just misses on the block. Cougars with the shot on. Coleman's able to glove that and get a whistle. Face-off upcoming, left side of Coleman. Kilgora squares in. Stuck in a skate, comes back. It's Johnson. She reverses it around to her partner, Olinsky. She's going to corral it in the corner, go up and out. Oh, just misses Izzy Johnson on that stretch pass. It's going to be an ice. Nice play set up there. Just missed on the execution. Coming back to Coleman's side. It's going to be to the right of Coleman. Same offense of pairing as Katzma and Rogers coming on D. Face-off one. Here's the Cougars. They get it. They're going to put it in the center. Ends up in the middle. Kilgora's there battling for it. Comes to the sideboards. They're going to try to exit. Johnson was running on a stretch. Just missed her. Slowed down by the Cougars as they try to put it back in. Kilgora able to get a hold of that. Tries to move it up. Great backwards pass, backhanded pass rather, to Kivel. Kivel has that. She's going to pull a knee break. She goes top of circles to a D-man. It's Rogers. Shot on. Oh, hits an ankle and goes wide there. Had the goaltender moving right to left. Could have been dangerous as it went on the left side of the plate or net. Cougars trying to exit the zone, able to up center. It's going to come to Katzma. She's going to corral it. She's going to spin with it. Looks for a regroup, top of circles. Comes out to her partner, Rogers. Rogers far side to Shu. Hits Shu in the skate, and that's going to go deep into the Cougar zone. Chase is on. Deep in the corner, it's Shu and Leistig. Paisley able to send that around, trying to cycle with Shu. Cougar intercepts it as that comes up the half boards, and they look to exit. Rogers applying pressure, comes back. It's Katzma. Top of circles, regroups it to Rogers. Rogers tries a backhand off the boards, gets blocked by the Cougars. And Cougars are going to try to enter the zone. Able to. Good pocket pick there by Elliott. Elliott with a good stick lift there to stop that. Cougars in the corner trying to make it happen. Leistig pins her opponent on the boards. Good chip out of the zone there by Elliott. Cougars corral at center ice. They're going to try to move it as that goes in to the select zone. Played all the way over. Half board side. Elliott trying to move it out. Minnesota steps in front of it. They're going to come back to the blue line. Shot on from the blue line. What a save there by Coleman. She gets a right pad save down on that. Great play by Coleman. That comes far side. D to D. Shot goes up and over the net. As that's picked up, Elliott's seen enough. She's going to ice that puck. It's a good ice. Nothing wrong with that. Face-off upcoming for Coleman as Selects were in a bit of trouble. They had to get it out in a hurry. Wholesale change. Lila Reed, Kayla Dogs pop on. Levelholtz, Smith, and Larson from a forward perspective are now on. Levelholtz squares in on the face-off. Center out for Minnesota. As that comes all the way back. Larson, nice job. Gets back there, able to get stuck in Smith's skates as she's battling with somebody. Smith with a two-handed whack at the end of it. Larson with a great speedy play there. Tries to get it out of the zone. Gets a block on the play. Just couldn't exit the zone with it. Levelholtz again inside the select zone. Comes far side, backhanded up. Larson again doesn't get through as it hits Levelholtz in the skate. Smith, Levelholtz has it, puts it deep. Larson's going to pick that up in the center, tries to move right. Just loses the handle at the last second as that rims around. Levelholtz, Larson chase. That's going to come far side. Smith on the hustle there, kept in. Nice job by Dogs as she's trying to put that deep into the zone. Finally, it gets center out. Comes to Reed. Reed to Levelholtz. Levelholtz has it left side. Tries to move center. Here's Smith. Smith with a shot. Waited just a tad long, and it gets blocked as that gets sent down the distance. Should be an ice. Face-off coming up inside the Cougar zone. Smith fed in the middle. Waited a hair too long to get the trigger pulled. Ends up getting blocked. Good puck movement there from Levelholtz. .451 left in the first. Knotted at 0 here. Shots are about even, 8-7 in favor of Selects. Picked up. It's Duncan behind the net. Going to try to turn and burn here with the cycle to Adams. Adams behind the net. Walks out in front. Tries to wrap around. That goes up and over all the way to the far side. Now it's in front for Adams. Couldn't get enough of it. It's still loose in front. Face-off dot. Cougars try to leave the zone. They can't. And that's going to be played by Jacobson in the corner as the Cougars are trying to fight and battle to get it out. Finally get it up to a winger. Here come the Cougars through neutral. And they dump that in. Coleman doesn't like the look. Throws it in the corner. Johnson rides her opponent into the boards. Cougars are battling back there. Jacobson gets that out to Adams. Adams has it. Tries to move it up to Duncan. Couldn't exit the zone. Adams able to get a stick on that. Finally comes all the way back. It's the Cougars far side. Oh, look out. Here's Duncan. She's able to get to it. Tries to cut center. Takes a whack. Gets a second shot on it. And we're going to go on a power play for a slash there, it appears, on Duncan. Great hustle by Duncan. It's a good penalty by the Cougars. She's all alone. You got to throw everything you got at her. Power play coming for the Selects. 0 for 1 today. Let's see if they can put it together on power play 2 for the day. 3:50 left in the first. Great hustle by Reese Duncan, making that happen. Getting the man advantage now. Johnson, Kivel, Kalgora coming out on the front side. Johnson and an Olinsky on the back. Face-off to the right side of the goaltender. Face-off win by the Selects. Comes back to Olinsky. She's got it at the point. Able to get it down to the half boards. Here's Kivel. Takes a shot or a pass to Johnson. One or the other. Back door was wide open. Johnson had a campsite back there. Here's Sophia trying to play it. Stick gets in the hands of her Her sister Izzy picks it up. She reverses out of that, doesn't like the look, moves it to Sophia. Sophia and Izzy switch as they try to play it back up. No one home. Cougars are. That gets put on net. Should be offsides. It is. Goaltender touched it. 1:30. A little bit of a break for the Selects as they were struggling on the breakout with the Cougars on the forecheck. Kilgore is going to line up just outside the Select zone. She wins that back, comes to Johnson. Sophia comes up left side, it's Kivel. Kivel's going to use her speed left side. She uses it, loses the handle there as the Cougars pick it up, and they try to move it far side. Into the corner, it's picked up, it's Kilgore. Kilgore is going to take a look, doesn't like it, goes on the half boards, picked up by Kivel. Kivel back to Olinsky. Olinsky D to D, it's Sophia Johnson. Sophia tried to feed backdoor to Kivel. Lucky break as they get it back. Johnson backdoor to Kivel. Kivel with the shot. Great save by the goaltender. It's behind the net as the girls try to move it. Here's Johnson. She has it on the right flank. She's going to move it to the top of the umbrella. Now right flank again. It's Johnson. She rims it around down deep. Kilgore is trying to win the battle. Able to. Gets it to Kivel. Kivel. Olinsky. Olinsky. Backdoor feed there to Johnson. Cougar member able to step in front of that and stop that from advancing, but the Cougars pick it up, come in on Olinsky. Great poke check by Olinsky. She's got far side. She feeds Kivel. Kivel's got it, stuck in a skate. That's picked up by Johnson. She puts it deep. 23 seconds left on the power play. Couple fresh legs popping on for the Selects. As 15 seconds left to go on the power play. Rogers able to backhand that to Elliott. Elliott tries to move backhand up. As battle ensues right here in front of the Cougar bench. Cougars able to put that in. That's going to do it on the power play. 0 for 2 on the power play for the Selects. Good opportunities. Backdoor was open a few times there. Just missing on the feed. Here's Leisteg bringing it in the zone. Stops behind the net, reverses out of it. She's going to take a look. She has a point open. It's Chloe Katzma. Katzma able to put it in the zone. And Cougars able to get a puck out as that's a regroup started by Rogers. Top of circles in the Select zone. Rogers far side. That's tipped by a Cougar player, so that's going to negate icing, and that goes deep. 1:17 left. Oh, it's right in front. Leisteg with the shot, and a good save by the Cougars goaltender. Leisteg with a great feed in front. Elliott couldn't get all of it there as it kind of tipped up into the air for a soft one. 1:12 left here in the period. Leisteg's going to square in with Elliott and Shu. Backside will be Rogers and Katzma. Cougars win that, comes around the net. They're going to move it. They rim it around. Half boards, Cougars. Elliott, great forecheck, able to get that puck moved to Leisteg deep behind the net. Battle ensues behind the net. Cougars come out with it. They're going to come up right side. They're going to try to move it up. Katzma interferes that at the blue line. Puts one off, but Cougars pick it up on a second person coming in. 46 seconds left. Stuck on a face-off dot. Good hustle here. It's Elliott, right side. Elliott moves it through the 5-hole. Cougars player, goaltender's got to play it. Shu going to hold the zone. Oh, just couldn't get there in time. Good idea. Katzma plays that over to her partner, Rogers. 28 seconds. Rogers circles, top of circle. Moves it to her partner, Katzma. Katzma reverses out, goes off the boards. Levelholtz trying to get it to Smith. Couldn't get there as that's going to be dumped deep into the Select zone. 15 seconds left. Rogers loses a wheel in the back. Picked up, it's the Cougars. They're going to play that back. Shot on, that goes well wide, and that's going to do it for the half. Knotted at 0. Selects holding the advantage on shots, 12-8. We'll be back in 20 minutes after the resurfacing. Okay. Back at it for the second half. Wisconsin Selects coming out after the ice cut. See what they can put together. Again, they started yesterday's game a little slow as well and kind of found their way as the game continued. Maybe it's the same recipe for them. Coach Bauer giving a last-minute instruction to the team here as Andert's going to replace Kennedy in net. Looks like they're going to do a 50-50 split of today's game. We're about ready to start the second half. It's going to be Kivel, Levelholtz, Johnson on the front line. Face off one back, comes all the way back. Here's Dogs. Up on the left side, Kivel. Levelholtz is going to chase. She's in there on the left side. All the way back behind the Cougars' end. Zone is held there. Nice stick by Reed on the backside. Johnson holds the zone. She puts it deep. Kivel on the chase. Trying to move that out to Levelholtz. Couldn't get it there as that's going to move all the way up. And that's picked up. As comes all the way back. Andert put a soft one there to Johnson. Izzy Johnson. Levelholtz trying to poke that forward. Able to get to it. Can't get to it on the second poke. Picked up. Dogs back end. Comes through center. Moves right side. She's going to pull an E-break, take a look for reinforcements, finds Shu coming in from the bench. Shu tries to move it through the middle, gets caught up. Cougars player's stick was stuck in her teammate's breezers as Levelholtz tries to move it forward. Behind the net, Cougars able to exit, a half boards, now center. Come up left side. Good defensive play by Johnson, throws a body into it, stops the progression of the Cougars. Good block there by Levelholtz. Throws a body at it. Hit the boards hard. She looks okay. She's going to get fresh legs on regardless as Leistig comes out with Elliott and Shu as that gets put down the distance. And that's going to be picked up by Olinsky behind the net. Behind Andert. Stretch pass, far side. Leistig coming through the middle. Just missed. Coming up is Elliott, though, hustling on the left side. She's able to put it back, just missed on that. As it's deep into the Cougar zone, they'll go D to D, missed the pass. Far board side, Leistig hard on the forecheck. Comes up left side. Cougars able to put that in. Elliott back checking, gets a stick on it. As Cougars pick it up behind the net. They're going to try to move it front as it's all the way back to the point now. Cougars able to hold the zone. Good shock attempt there, block attempt by Shu, got a piece of it, goes to the corner as they move it D to D. It's picked up, it's Olinsky. Olinsky has seen enough, she's going to send it this distance. It's going to be an ice if it reaches. Face off coming up, Andert's side. Smith, Larson, Kilgora come out. Backside will be Katzma with Rogers. Face off one back, comes back. Cougars have it at the point. They try to put it on. Comes far side. Smith trying to move center. Wasn't played. It's going to be an ice. Larson got tied up with the defenseman there as Smith was trying to catch her center. Leaving. 17:24 left in the second as they look to face off in front of Andert. Be left side of Andert. Face off one back, comes to the point. Smith is there, can't get a block on it. Second attempt is blocked. That was from Kilgora. That goes deep behind the goal line. Katzma chases, gets a stick on it. Katzma and Kilgora running into each other as they try to move it out of the zone. Comes up on the wing side. Here's Smith. She's going to carry with it. She has it far side, moves it to Larson. Larson's able to get there. Larson has it right side. Shot on from Larson. Oh, good poke check by the goaltender. Larson was trying to move right through her, almost had it. Good stop there. Gets to Kilgora to Smith. Smith turns in front with a shot, just misses wide. Goes wide left. Good shift here by the line as they're putting it together. It's going to be picked up far side. That's going to be a stretch pass up to Smith. Missed on the indirect pass on the board side. Adams steps in front of it, though. As Cougars look for a regroup, they miss on the pass. It's going to stay deep into the Cougar zone. Duncan, Adams, Jacobson on the ice trying to make it happen. And that comes far side. Cougars trying to cut through center. Good defensive play by Dogs and Rogers. Puck was brought back in by the Selects. Offsides is negated. Comes back out to neutral zone as the Cougars try to move into the zone. They come left side under all kinds of duress, able to move it back to a point. Shot on, good block by Jacobson. Takes it off the shin pad. Trying to get it out. Adams with that stick, able to get to it, pokes it ahead, continuing to skate with it as the Cougars try to regain possession. They're able to. Comes up center ice now. Enter the zone, left side. Dogs loses a stick in the meantime as that shot wide. Comes all the way around. Good poke here by Duncan. She's able to get to it left side. And that enters the Cougar zone. Fouled up. It's Levelholt. She gets a stick on it. She's going to cut through center, lose the handle as that gets put back in by Olinsky. Not deep enough. Cougars able to move around. They're going to come up on Andert. Andert able to make a nice save on the stick paddle side and able to get a glove on it for a whistle. Good back check by Olinsky there. Cougars were able to get a player behind. That was Lila Reed, not Olinsky, excuse me. Great play by Reed. 15-13 left in the second, knotted at 0 here. Levelholtz, Johnson, Kivel. Face off one back by the Cougars, so it's a backwards pass, no icing. Kivel on the horse, she'll get there first in the corner. Tries to turn it around, releases as Johnson comes off the net side. Izzy into the corner. Tries to pin it, comes off the half boards. Olinsky can't hold the zone. Good attempt there, just out of her reach as that gets put back in. Cougars circle with it, look for a center outlet. That's picked up by Sophia Johnson. Levelholtz, so late coming out. They got a delayed offsides. Still offsides. Girls thought they had tagged back up. They didn't get it in time. Face-off coming just outside the Cougar zone. Leistig, Schuh, and Elliott out there with Olinsky and Johnson on the backside. Stuck between the rough skates. Finally up to Elliott, right side, puts it deep. Cougars chase. Schuh on the forecheck. Comes up the half boards. Leistig tries to force the issue. Comes all the way over to Johnson. Sophia plays it off, an indirect pass. Paisley tries to move it forward. It's moved forward, and finally delayed offsides and now onside. Cougars behind the net. Leistig, good job forechecking. Puck is loose behind. Leistig can't reach to it as Cougar was using a body to shield. Center outlet pass misses the Cougar forward and comes back to Sophia Johnson. She circles top of circle. Good pass there. That's going to be up to Leistig. Leistig has it right side. She pulls an e-brake, has it, is going to send it back down. Cougar player sniffs that out and intercepts the pass. Olinsky has it, moves it forward, and that goes deep. No ice as a Cougar player tipped it. Behind the Cougar net. Comes up. They try a center outlet. Kilgora going to step in front of that. Kilgora is able to put that deep left side. Smith is in there along with Kilgora. Kilgora and Smith couldn't get enough of that pass. Larson steps in, gets a skate on it, stops that from progressing, starts to regroup with Rogers. Rogers far side. Here's Smith. Smith puts it out to Kilgora. Great little backwards pass over to Larson. Look out. Oh, what a save. Nice tic-tac-toe job there on the forwards of the Selects to get that puck moving forward in the zone. It's going to be iced. Real nice shift here by the Selects. Smith with a backwards pass to Kilgora. Kilgora moves it center to Larson. Larson with a great opportunity. Stopped at the doorstep by the Cougar goaltender. Same three stay on. Rogers and Katzma on the backside. Kilgora is going to square in. 13 minutes even left to play in the second half. Knotted at 0. Cougars have one too many players out there. Referee noticed it, sent him off. Smith tries to reach for that in front of the net. Is it one to her side? Does come out of the zone. Rogers plays it on the red line, puts it deep, chases on. Cougars try to reverse that and rim it up the boards. Cougars have it as they try a center outlet. Kilgora is able to get a stick on it, comes back to Katzma. Katzma's going to go indirect to Smith. Smith up to Larson. Larson has that. Larson trying to move it in the zone. Good fight by Larson. That's going to be rimmed around. Rogers trying to get there in time. Can't. Good stop at the blue line there by Duncan, who replaced Smith. Right in front of the benches here as the girls go for a change. Jacobson, Duncan, and Adams come out on the forward side for the selects. Jacobson, nice job on the forecheck, dumps her on the end. Here's Reese. Duncan with the shot, save, it's in front, and it goes in the net. Rebound on the net there. I think that was going to end up being Adams. Take a look here. First shot, great save on the first shot, but the rebound goes in, and it's going to be Reese Duncan with the goal. 1-0, selects. Goaltender making the initial save. Great job. They couldn't clean up in front as Reese is able to put it home. Selects finally breaking through. Shots are starting to get a bit uneven. 16-9 in favor of the Selects. Coming out of the locker room at half with a little bit of energy as Jacobson off the faceoff wins it back, gets her own puck away from Dogs. Now Duncan, puck is stuck, hits Duncan in the feet. Finally able to get that deep. Nice job by Jacobson off the face, off the shield. Jacobson has it behind, puts a backhander in front. Cougars player hands that and moves it forward after gloving it down. Nice play. Kivel reads that, tries to go in the middle. Intercepted by the Cougars. They'll come up right side with numbers. Little spin move there by the Cougars, and it stopped. Levelholtz backhands that out. It's Kivel. Look out. It's a race, and Kivel's got the Jets. Kivel cuts in front, tries to move to it. Good defensive play by the Cougars there. Goaltender able to get a glove and a whistle. Kivel was off to the races. Trying to shield it. Cougar player did not give up on it. Levelholtz is going to square in here with Kivel and Johnson. Levelholtz moves it to Johnson, just jumped over her stick. Reed, good kick there, comes in the middle, shot on, rebound loose, and Levelholtz is going to pick that up and reset. She has it, tries a backdoor feed, no one home, but Levelholtz able to toe pick that as it comes in front to Kivel, and the Cougars are able to get a stick and exit the zone. 3 Selects all alone in front of that net if that puck gets through from Johnson's poke. Reed from behind Andert pulls an e-brake, tries to reset. It's Dogs. Dogs shields, comes back to a Cougar player, comes in front. Andert with a glove and a whistle. 10:45 left in the second. Selects up 1-0. Wholesale change. Elliott's coming on along with Leistig and Schuh. Backside will be Olinsky and Johnson. Puck is one back. Leistig's trying to move it off the rim boards. Able to. Schuh backhands at the Leistig. Try to move it center. It's Elliott back up the Leistig. And that's going to be picked up by the Cougars as they try to exit left side. Now center. Come in through the neutral zone left side. Sophia Johnson applying pressure. It's in front. Turned away. Elliott on the half boards trying to move that, advance it. Can't. Johnson comes in to help. And Elliott's able to get that out of the zone. Picked up by the Cougars as they try to regroup on their own blue line. Sophia Johnson comes in there, gets a shoulder on it. Elliott's able to put that deep into the Cougar zone. It's picked up by the Cougars, 10 minutes left to play in the game. Cougars exit the zone, picked up, regrouped blue line. Far side, indirect pass for Elliott. Elliott turns, spins. It's a pass to Leistig. It's no ice. Smith is in there on a change. Smith picks that up behind the net. She's going to stick handle it. Oh, she puts a middle to Larson. Larson just off the toe of her stick. Larson picks that up, moves it to Smith. Smith got caught on a crossover there. Couldn't get to it as the Cougars put that deep into the zone. Behind Andert, it's picked up by Olinsky. She reverses it far side. Smith's got to win a race. Smith does, tries to center it out to Kilgora. Andert able to get a pad save on that, move it to the side. Olinsky picks that up, Tries to rim it around. Smith gets that out to Alinsky, to Kilgora. Kilgora chips it. It's a run. Larson was up there to try to move it as well. That goes deep for Rogers. Rogers tries far board. Still in the zone. Rogers loses it in her feet. Comes all the way back, shot on. Ander able to right pad save that. Comes up to Larson. Larson has it, moves it center. Here's Kilgora, right side. Duncan's going to chase with Kilgora along with Larson. Larson picks that up off the boards. She's going to take a look in front. Tries to go far side to Rogers. Rogers has it. Pokes it in. Takes a hit on the far side. No call. She looks okay. Girls play on. It's behind the net. Stuck behind. Comes out. Here's the selects. They try to move it back to Katzma. She's got to come in a hurry. Holds the zone. Duncan from behind the net. 2 selects coming off. Duncan's going to have to wait. Hold that puck as long as she can. Jacobson and Adams go in. Adams able to get it on the far side. Tries to cycle it deep with Duncan. Adams comes out with it. Loses the handle. Deep in the corner. It's the Cougars. Half boards. Spinorama. Come out. Look for a center. Good read there by Lila Reed as she tried to step in front of it. Good anticipation. That's indirect off the boards to Adams. Ice is negated as Adams is able to touch it. Jacobson, rather, before the ice. Adams, Jacobson behind the net. Cougars able to lead with it. Kivel came in there to try to poke that away. Couldn't get to it. Cougars on a stretch pass, able to get it up left side. Shot on. Ander puts it aside. 7:20 left to play here as it's corralled and moved center to Levelholtz. Stuck in the skate of Adams. Dumped in. Ander puts it aside. Lila Reed picks it up. Moves it to Dogs. Dogs to Kivel. Kivel up to Levelholtz. Levelholtz with speed. Left edge. She's going to walk her. Comes right in front. Tries to put it around on the backside, and there's a penalty coming on the Cougars. It's going to be a hook. Again, nice play by the Cougars there as Penny was going to be left all alone on the goaltender. Power play opportunity coming up. Levelholtz creating it. Always helps with fresh legs on the ice. She had a nice little pass that got in front of her, and she was chasing. Kivel, Levelholtz, Johnson, Reed, Dogs on the backside. Face-off one, shot on. Nice save by the goaltender there. That was Izzy Johnson right off the face-off. Face-off coming up, going to be to the left side of the Minnesota Cougars goaltender. Levelholtz squares in there, comes to Johnson. Johnson picks it up on the flank. She's going to spin with it, take her time, try to reset. She's looking far flank side. That would have been Kivel. Johnson loses it, picks it back up, sends it over. It's going to be Dogs. Dogs has it, back to Johnson. Johnson, flank side, shot on, comes over to Kivel. Kivel to Reed. Reed was 3 feet from her. Able to get a skate on that puck to stop it from exiting his zone. Try to far side feed there to Levelholtz. Goaltender able to get a paddle on it. Dogs, the Levelholtz in the center. Johnson trying to get it out, and they're able to. Dogs has to chase and reset. Dogs is going to come up right side. Cougars in a change. Backwards pass. Johnson misses on the foot. Here comes the Cougars. Look at Lila Reed on the skate here. Comes into Ander, hits the post. Hits the post. Now we got a stretch pass coming to Kivel. Here's Kivel left side coming in. Oh, she gets taken down. No call. Blown it dead, I believe, for net off. Looks like she might have gotten taken down there. Resser looking the other way. Either way, great save. Good opportunity. 53 seconds left on the power play. 5:52 left here in the half. Leistig's going to square in there. She's got Shue and Elliott on the wing side. Olinsky and Johnson on the back. 50 seconds of power play. Here's Minnesota. They have it. They go up and off the glass. It's going to be picked up. Nice job by Johnson. Calmly moves it to the flank side. It's Elliott. Shot on. Save. Cougars goaltender. 5:39 left in the second. 40 seconds of power play time. as Leisteg's going to square in on that. Leisteg off the face-off, goes deep, just over the stick of Johnson as Olinski's got to chase. 5:30 left here in the period. 26 seconds of power play time. Selects up 1-0. Olinski doesn't like the view. She's going to revert and reverse it to Johnson. Johnson picks that up below the goal line. Goes behind Andert with a quick stop. Moves it backhand up to Leisteg. Leisteg has it. She'll move it to Shu. Shu through center. Loses the handle. Gets it to Leisteg in time. Leisteg, she does a nice job. Now she's going to revert back. It's right in front. Johnson with the shot. And it hits a skate of a Cougar. Slows that momentum of the shot down, and good save there by the Cougar goaltender. We're even strength 5-on-5 hockey as we get a line change. Smith, Larson, Kilgora come out. Rogers and Katzma on the backside. Face-off one comes to Rogers. Rogers is going to put it deep, start a cycle with Larson. Larson's there. She gets put up on the boards immediately as that comes around far side. Sorry on the camera view at home there. Overturned it. Comes back to Katzma in the neutral zone. She plays it D to Rogers. Rogers steps into it, puts it deep, chases on. Smith is going hard on the forecheck, left side. Smith is able to get there, puts a body on it, holds it still, tries to move it to her partner Larson. Puck is moved, comes far side. Kilgora releases net side, tries to get there as Minnesota is going to try to lead through center. Picked up, it's Rogers. Rogers to Smith. Smith has that. She's under duress, going to try to at least put it deep, able to get it through the defenseman's legs and deep. Far side, Larson pins her opponent on the boards. Kilgora in for help. Smith staying high slot. Katzma and Rogers back on the line. Puck squirts out. Kilgora tries to start it back on the half boards. Kilgora again, able to get a stick on it. Finally comes out as the Cougars are able to put that out. It's picked up. It's Katzma. Katzma far side. Nice tip there by Kilgora. Negates icing. 3:46. Fresh legs on the ice. Duncan, Jacobson, and Adams. Jacobson able to get a stick on that. It's going to be picked up by Duncan. Duncan has it. Moves through. Skates. Gets a shot on. Save. No rebound. Nice play there by the Selects. Just couldn't get the rebound in. Cougars bring it in left side. Rogers does a nice job. Bodies her to the wall and rims it around to the half boards. 3:20 left in the game. Duncan chips it forward just out of her reach. Goes through the neutral zone. Cougars try to reset it over the stick of Rogers. Dog switches with Rogers. Goes deep into the corner. Rims it around to Duncan. Duncan tries a backwards chip. Can't get it out. Whole slew of players in there. 2:58. Jacobson leaves with it, taking a look, tries to hit Adams on a feed as they exit. Comes back to the Cougars end. Top of circles. Two-handed slash there, missed. It's a $280 slash maybe. Either way, we play on just outside the select zone. 2:45 left. Shots in favor of the Selects, 22-13. Coleman and Andert splitting the clean slate thus far as the Cougars try to put it in. Levelholtz gets a body part of some nature on that. She's going to carry it over right side. Johnson and Kivel with her. She turns into the corner all alone, trying to hold that puck for reinforcements. They arrive. It's Johnson. Johnson's able to fish that out. Tries to cycle it back with Levelholtz. Comes out as they step in. 2-on-1 coming. Levelholtz and Kivel back on a back check. Do a great job as that centering pass goes through center. No one home as the Selects had picked up both trailers on the back check. Cougars try to go to their point. Johnson out there pressuring. Comes deep. 2 minutes left to play in the game. Cougars again trying to go up to the point. Johnson trying to make a move for it. Gets a stick on it in front. Nice play by Reed, able to get a stick up in the air before a shot could be taken by the Cougars. Center outlet. Johnson's moving to it. Cougars get there and they put it deep. Hits a ref skate. Dogs is going to pick that up. She's going to look far side. She's got Kivel. Oh, look out. Penny in the middle. What a feed. Comes right in front. Nice shot and a good save by the Cougars goaltender. Excellent feed in front there. Kivel to Levelholtz. Leistig squaring around. Puck comes out. Here comes Elliott. Elliott's going to put that deep. 1:17 left to play in the game. Far side. Cougars looking for an exit. Shoe skating up the middle, clogging up the passing lane. Leistig's able to get back on a back check. Goalie is pulled. Empty net in the back. Empty net for the Cougars. 1 minute left here as they battle on. 6-on-5. In front, Sophia Johnson moving bodies out of Andert's way. Comes up. Here's Elliott. Elliott has it. She ices the puck. It's going to come all the way down for an ice. Timeout's going to be taken by the Cougars with 43 seconds left. Again, empty net on the side of the Cougars. Down 1-0. 43 seconds left to play. Coach Bauer giving last-minute instructions on the timeout. Face-off will be inside the select zone in favor of the Cougars. Horn sounds here at the end of the timeout. Final instructions given here with 43 seconds left. Refs trying to get both teams moving here. Coach Bauer taking every second they're going to allow him. Levelholtz, Smith, and Larson coming out. Olinsky and Johnson as well. Empty net, Cougar side. They got 6 skaters out there trying to make it happen in the last 43 seconds. Face off, one back to the Cougars. They get a shot on, comes far corner. Smith's chasing. She puts it in and back to Olinsky. Levelholtz picks that up, tries to move it with her skate to Sophia Johnson, picked up by the Cougars. Cougars are going to get that out to the point. Smith is out there, able to step around her, hits her own player in front. Smith couldn't get the block. Oh, it's tipped to the side there. Comes off. Smith has it, moves it back. Comes up. Not yet out of play. Smith was flying high. Levelholtz rides her opponent into the boards as it stays in. Levelholtz falls down. Battle ensues by the girls. Penalty coming up, but that's going to do it. I think there's 1 second left, technically. Let's see what they decide. I think they're going to call it a 1-0 win for the Selects. Well, we appreciate you joining us out here in Brookings, South Dakota. Selects going 2-0-1 on the weekend. Had a hard time finding the back of the net. A total of 5 goals in 3 games. Enough for that perfect record to remain. They have not yet lost. Kennedy Coleman and Sierra Andert sharing the shutout today. Safe travels on the way home. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time on the Dusty Bender Network.